Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking and viewing Smiles and Stocks. We're going to talk about M1, the investing app that you could get either on iOS or your Android. Um, People out there may have heard of Robinhood, possibly Webull, and M1 are the top ones out there right now. I had a buddy who sent me a link to M1, so I'm going to do this one first. We're going to do it together. I'll probably make a bunch of videos talking about this M1 account. And then if I like it, we'll continue there. It's a great way to trade for free. That's how a lot of these apps are, like Robinhood and M1. You do make trades for free, which is awesome, unlike a Fidelity or a Vanguard or any other of those, I'm going to say, old school stocks, old school investing options. With these apps, it is for free. Disclaimer, I do have a Vanguard. I have two Vanguard accounts. I have one that is a traditional IRA, and I have one that I have a majority of my own individual retirement in is a Roth IRA with my Vanguard. We could talk about that too at later videos, but we are here to talk about M1 and M1. So the three things I like so far about M1, one, of course, you trade for free. So like I just touched on, other web-based old school investment options, you have to pay between like a $5 to $10 trading fee, both to trade into a stock, so to buy, and to trade out, and that is to sell a stock. So you're losing money on both ends, which takes away from your gains. The cool thing about these apps like M1 is you trade for free. So let's say you bought a stock for $125. Let's call it Microsoft. Let's say hypothetically Microsoft is worth $125. You bought in it one day at $125. It reports earnings like Microsoft is supposed to report earnings tonight. It is July 17th, July 18th, whatever it is, July 2019. Tonight, Microsoft is supposed to report their earnings. So let's say you bought Microsoft now for hypothetically $125. They have incredible earnings like they have had, and it goes up to say $140. So it goes up $15. And you decide tomorrow or the next day, I'm just gonna get out of this. For some reason, I would hold Microsoft for a long time because they are the number two cloud computing company in the US, right behind Amazon. But that's neither here nor there. So let's say you decide to sell Microsoft after a couple days and you trade out of it. With M1, it doesn't cost anything to trade out. So you do have to watch your taxes, watch your tax laws, please. Holding stocks under a year, you may have to pay more tax than holding it more than a year, so please watch out for that. The second thing I like about M1 kind of coincides and goes into the third thing I like, but the second thing I like is you could buy fractional shares. So let's just take happenstance to Microsoft again, hypothetical price tag at 125, and say you do not have $125 to spend, you only have, let's say, half that. So let's say you have $62.50 to trade or to buy a stock. So let's say you want to buy into that because that's what you have, because that's what you set aside this month to buy stocks in, because most of us out there are on a budget. So that's what you set aside, and that is awesome that you set aside extra money to buy a stock. So let's say you buy that and it goes up. Well, if it goes up $15, but you own a fractional share, say you own half that, so you own a half a stock, you'll get half the gains. So if it goes up $15, you'll get $7.50. So basically, it is the percentage of what you own is how much you will gain and or how much you can lose. So let's say you own one stock of it and it goes down $15. Well, one stock, $15. If you own half a stock, it's going to go down half that. So basically that's it. So number 3, which is I think it's very, very important for those long-term holders like myself, i.e. Warren Buffett, who's an extremely long-term holder on a majority of his stocks, is DRIP. So the dividend reinvesting plan, which if your stock pays a dividend, whether it be quarterly, monthly, bi-yearly, like Walt Disney Company, it will automatically reinvest in that stock. So let's take a stock that is $100. It pays a 1% dividend. At the end of the year, your annualized payout will be $101, but it will be put back into that stock. So throughout the years, throughout the quarters that it gives you that, it will compound on itself. So if the company grows, and or hopefully the dividend grows, it will keep compounding and snowball, and that snowball through the years will exponentially grow, and hopefully make you more money. Again, the stock market is not a guaranteed place. Buying stocks, selling stocks, do your research, please. I do as much research as I can on stocks. I like blue chip stocks. Those are companies that have been around for a while. As Warren Buffett quotes a lot of people quote him, I like stocks that have moats around them, like the Disney Company. Not many people are going to come into the industry and make amazing movies, make worldwide theme parks, and have epic characters that people recognize, as in Mickey Mouse, from around the world. So Disney to me has a great moat around it and pays a dividend. So that's just the 3 things I like about M1 Financial so far. 1, it is free to buy and sell stocks. 2, you could buy fractional shares. And 3, the dividend reinvesting. So if your stock pays a dividend, it goes right back into a stock. So you could have 1.01 of the stock one year. The next year, if you keep it, you might have 1.3. The next year after that, you might have 1.7, so on and so forth, if you keep your stock for a long term. Again, stock market is not a guaranteed place. Do your research, do your due diligence and research in what you want to invest. I think my personal outlook, my personal perspective of the stock market is, if you're smart, if you do your research, if you really dig deep and do your research on companies, because when owning a stock, you're part of the company, you will do good in life. Or as Warren Buffett and other people say, if you don't have time, just invest into an S&P index fund like the Vanguard VOO, which I do own about 10 of in my Vanguard account. That's just a way that it'll track the market for years on out. It also pays a dividend. So yeah. So we are gonna go through this adventure together. I'm gonna be putting some money into my M1, and you could follow me and I'll tell you why I'm buying certain stocks. Again, I'm a 9-to-5 worker. I can't put tens of thousands or even $1,000 in there. Off the cuff, I'll probably put a couple $100s in there, and then we'll talk about 1 or 2 stocks that we could get, or we might explore the buying the fractional shares, and then we'll go from there. So thank you so much for viewing. I apologize, this was kind of lengthy and just an intro to the M1 app, but yeah, that's me. I'll just probably put this as intro to M1, and then probably put a bunch of other M1 videos up as we explore this app together. So thank you so much. So please comment, like, subscribe, and if you want me to look at any stocks, buy any stocks, or go over the specifics more of M1, please comment. I'm more than happy to do that. So take care, guys. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.